Hello, sir. How are you?
Hello, good. I'm good, thank you, and good evening to you. I hope you could finish practice and make it.
Yeah, no worries, sir.
And
I could make it. I came back home. So,
okay, so now that you're all set, welcome to Indian Tennis Daily. And
thank you, sir.
how long ago you started following Indian Tennis Daily?
Well, I think when they started the page, I've been following them since then. It's a pretty big thing in India. They have all the news from all the players. They also help us promote as well on Instagram and Twitter. So they are already helping us a lot. So I think I'm a big fan of them. They're doing a great job.
Okay, and nice to hear that. And I'm sure most of Indian Tennis Daily volunteers are listening to you. So actually, they're all volunteers. I mean, in every chat I highlight that fact. All of them are volunteers, and I don't know if you know, there are around 60 of them spread across the world, and
Okay, I didn't
they
knew the
take time
number.
out. Yeah, they take time out to when you all play and wherever you are playing, whichever part of the world, somebody is visiting
Yeah,
the
I've
site.
met a few of them in my tournaments, like when I'm playing some
Okay.
tournaments in Singapore and across the world. So I've met few of them and really like them. They're doing a really good job. And every time I meet them, I always tell them this, that it's something, at least someone is trying to do something different for Indian tennis. So I really appreciate that.
Okay, I mean, I know there's a lot of depth in that words. Someone is trying to do something good for Indian tennis. Okay, we leave it at that. And
Yeah.
actually, this is the first time we are meeting, and I've heard a lot of good things about you. I mean, I was talking to Ankita Bambri, and she said you're very. This was her words actually. I'm just quoting her words. You're very hardworking and very committed. Anytime, any practice session, you're available. You're there giving your best. So nice to hear your captain praise you, and
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
my
I have,
pleasure to
yeah.
meet you today.
So same here. I'm really excited. It's first time we are talking to each other face to face. So I'm really excited about this as well.
And
And yeah, I'm really happy about Anki ma'am's words. I mean, I have known her from a while now. I've been with her in so many teams where first time I met her was in 2017 Indoor Asian Games. So since then I've known her, I've practiced with her. She's helped me in the game. So that's really nice coming from her.
that's true. And I mean, reflecting on the current times we live in, actually, we are meeting virtually. We have never met in
Yes.
real, but we are meeting in virtual
Yes, sir.
times.
I mean, I'm not a really big fan of doing the video calls and video things, so this is something I got used to in this quarantine. So something new.
Okay. And now, what other new skills do you acquire? Did you acquire in this lockdown period at home?
A lot of them, sir. I improved my fitness first of all. There was so much stuff that I had to do with my plyometrics and stuff, so I improved them. Then I started painting. I mean, I've been doing painting, but I didn't do it from a couple of years. Then I learned cooking. I've been doing lots of
Wow.
cooking. I'm spending time with my family. That's one thing that yeah, most of the tennis players can understand. We travel around the world a lot. So yeah, many new things.
When you mentioned cooking, I remembered what Vijay said. Vijay Sundar, because in Germany apparently he used to cook for you.
Yes, yes, yes. I was a spoiled brat with him. He is like a big brother to me, so that's what he spoils me a lot. So I remember that we both used to practice or play club matches and come back home, and I would be like, "Bhaiya, bhook lagi hai. Please make something to eat." So then he's the one cooking for me. So yeah,
So the next time I'm sure you can contribute
yeah. I
equally.
already visualized that. I already visualized that. Next time I'm gonna meet him, I'll cook him something nice. But every time I talk to him or I meet him, I'm like, Bhaiya, I miss your cooking. I miss your tomato ki sabji. I want that. So yeah,
Oh,
we had
I
some
didn't know
great
Vijay
time.
was such a good cook. Anyway, it's another
Yeah,
facet of
it's
Vijay.
amazing. I'll tell you an experience of. I mean, I tasted his cooking and I was such a big fan of it that I went to the club and I told all the other players around there that he cooks so nice. So one Sunday we had to host them for
Oh,
Vijay was cooking and Vijay had to cook for all of them. So
I'm sure
Yeah.
he tempered the spice level to suit the European taste.
Yeah, even I think even he's not a big fan of spicy food, and that's the same with me. So we travel around a lot, and I'm not used to having spicy food as well. So
Okay.
yeah, that's something
And
nice.
yeah, and coming to the yoga on yoga day, you had a yoga session with Shruti, right? Shruti Devan, and
Yes, yes.
so how was that experience? Are you a regular yoga practitioner?
Yes, I have been doing it, but not at that extent level. I mean, it's my first time I did 108 Surya Namaskar. So that was the first time. So we initially started with the Art of Living course. That's how I started with them. It was something really nice. For 3 days we had that course, and then we kept virtually meeting with each other on every Wednesdays and Sundays, and we kept going our Surya Namaskars high. So I feel really good, and I feel like I accomplished something which I've never done before. And I've heard, I mean, Ramdev and everyone else doing 108 Surya Namaskars, but I never thought about it. I mean, the max I would have gone was 40 or 50. So that was something new with them, and did it with so ease. So it was really nice.
And you do you practice meditation as well in a regular
Yes,
or
yes, yes. But I learned a lot of new things about meditation from the Art of Living course. So
okay.
definitely, it's a big thanks to them. That's I was very lucky to do that. So I learned very new things, very new techniques. I actually learned the right method and everything. So that was something very good that I learned in this quarantine.
So, I mean, according to you, for a tennis player, meditating and following these routines, it's
Yes,
definitely helpful.
definitely. Definitely. I mean, I'm not the first person saying that. All the legends have been doing that. And Ankita also mentioned quite a lot about it, that meditation is really important. So, of course, I mean, I've seen change in myself. I've been doing it from some years, so I've seen changes. But yeah, now I'm looking forward to my matches again and using this meditation in that. And yeah, so because I learned so many new things.
Okay. So, I mean, when we restart, I mean, right now, nobody knows when we're going to start
Yeah.
again. Yeah. But you started the year well, right? You had a great start to the year, no good matches, and then you had a win in WTA 250, and then the lockdown came. So, like, when your confidence was really high, you couldn't play any tournament. So, there's something you did to, retain the confidence, as to say, something you could carry
Uh,
off when we restart.
I think it's meditation. I think
Okay.
that's how you do it, and I think I've been enjoying every second of it. I mean, even if we were in lockdown, even we were in the home, I've been enjoying that. I wasn't
Okay.
thinking, oh, I can't play tennis now, I can't do this. I mean, whatever situation I am, I'm happy about it. So yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I'm looking forward to start playing matches again. But whenever that happens, it just happens, and I'll be just going there, and I'll be enjoying that. But right now, if I'm getting to practice, I'm lucky enough. So that's how, I mean, with this quarantine and with this lockdown, I think we have learned this, that you're lucky to whatever you're doing. I mean, going outside is also you can't take for granted.
True.
So I'm
True.
just living in the moment.
Yeah, perfect and perfect way to handle it. Otherwise, because some people, going into an injury and lockdown happens, they are happy that there is a break. But for you, you are climbing up and things are looking good, and you had to stop playing tournaments and everything is shut down. So it's not an easy situation to be. So, but you're
So
handling it well. Nice to hear that.
yeah, all I can say is that it's not in our hands. It's something that just
Yeah.
happened. So if there's something not in my hands, I can't do anything. Let's just be happy and positive about it and look forward. Work on yourself. That's what I've been doing.
And like with men's players, I mean ATP and they're coming together and trying to help the lower ranked players. Is there something which WTA or ITF is doing for you all?
WTA, we did got an email from the WTA saying that we'll get a certain amount of money in two halves by the end of July. If you're, I mean, they didn't mention any criteria or something. All they said that you are in the below 500. Your ranking is that, so you are. We're gonna give you this much money. That's what they said. So
Okay.
I don't know about the other players. And then I
Okay.
did read something about the ITF. I didn't got a mail from them, but I did read something about the ITF that they're doing something out of 500 players. We're not in top 500. But I don't know
Okay.
how much the exact money they're gonna get because I'm not in that criteria.
Okay.
But
But
apparently, as much I have some friends from in ATP as well. So when I did talk to them, for instance, Siddharth also and other players in India, apparently ATP is getting a lot more than WTA, but there's no comparison.
okay, yeah, let's not go into the ATP WTA
Yeah,
side.
I don't want to go. But apparently, they got a great email saying that these are the criteria. So whichever criteria you're in, you're gonna get that money. But for WTA, we just got an email saying, I just got an email saying that you're in this criteria, so this much you're gonna get.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, now just I'll rewind a few years. I mean, your parents were TT players and your brother was playing cricket. How did you start tennis? I mean, started with
So
TT and moved to tennis?
yeah, I was playing table tennis with my parents, so that was my initial sport that I wanted to play, and I was doing swimming by that time as well. So I just saw there was tennis courts right there, and it just looked really fascinating. So I just asked my dad, "Can I just try it?" But I think his only condition was that whatever you're doing, just give your 100%. Don't be like, "Oh, I'll just go and I'll have fun and something." Just have fun, but give your best. So that's what his condition was. And I said, okay, fine. And then I started liking tennis more than table tennis. So I said, okay, I want to play this more. I want to play more matches. So that's how it started.
So, who was coach who, the initial years, who was handling you?
It was I mean, the starting there was just a coach in a sports complex. I played in sports. I started in sports complex. Then I had another coach. His name was Pundri Chaturvedi. So I played some years with him. My junior years were with him. But then I started training in Germany. So I've been going to Germany since I was 13. So I've been training there during the summer time, and
Okay.
then I started training there more. And yeah, now I'm with Stephen Kuhn.
Okay. So, I mean, since you trained more in Germany, I'm sure you had girls of your age to play with then, right? Because a lot of in India, normally girls find it difficult to find girl partners to hit with. Normally, they practice with boys in most
Yeah, that's
academies.
true. That's true. Yeah, that is true. But even in Germany, I would say that there were boys and there were men that I was practicing with. It was not always girls.
Girls,
But
okay.
yeah, I could find some girls. If I was playing for a club, we had a team, so we were practicing with the team. We had team practices. But if I was playing with my coaches and stuff, then yeah, I had other boys with me. So, but I don't mind that. I actually like men's tennis. I actually like boys tennis. It's something different from women's tennis. You learn a
So,
lot more.
so you think practicing with them has helped you now?
I think
I
so.
mean, has
Yeah,
always
I
helped
think
you
so.
and is also helping you now?
Yes, I think so. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's women's or if it's men's. Your coach needs to work on that. And
Okay.
my coach works on that. But if you play with the boys, I mean, it's easier for us, right? If you compare to the men's tennis, it's so tough for them to find their level. For us, we can find the boys for us. Even in the good junior boys is really good for us. So I think we're lucky in that thing.
Yeah, but a lot of men's players also like to play with girls or women players because you all give good rhythm. I mean, no, you don't miss,
That's true.
give good rhythm. So somebody wants to
And we are good
have a good hit.
returners. We are good returners. I mean,
Yes.
we're women's tennis. It's all about returns. So yeah, we're good returners. So yeah.
So when you were young, I mean, you said you were in Germany. So who was traveling with you? It was your mom, dad? I mean, who was
Yes,
traveling most with you?
until I was 19, my mom was always traveling with me. And then I started traveling alone a little bit because it was very expensive to travel with her. I don't have that many sponsors with me to cover all of that. So I had to do everything by myself. So I started traveling alone. So yeah, but initially it was my mom traveling with me.
So you have a sponsor. I mean, you have some support to help
No,
you with
right
the
now
travel,
I
and it's
only
your
have
parents.
Babulet. Yeah, Babulet sponsoring my rackets and my parents and Indian Oil. Yeah, so
Okay. Because like most players in India, parents are their sponsors.
yeah, I mean, we don't have that many sponsors, especially women's tennis. We're looking for.
And when you do all these travel, I mean, what's your how do you spend time? I mean, Twilight Saga is one of them, of course. And
How do you figure that out? That's something I never told you.
so, but when your younger days also, were you still doing the same, or I'm sure you had different hobbies?
No, I think Twilight Saga was in the younger days, not anymore.
Oh,
Yeah,
Not.2.
I
Okay.
like reading books. I like reading books. So I don't have a particular kind of thing that I like. I mean, any kind of books works for me. So recently I have been reading a lot of books because of this lockdown. And I watch shows. I'm not a big fan of watching movies. So that's something I don't do. I
So,
do
what kind
watch a
of
little bit of
books do you read? I mean, more philosophical or more fictional or thrillers or what
Uh,
kind
so
of books do you?
it can be any. I like fictional for sure, but then I like autobiographies, and then I've been
Okay.
reading something about the entrepreneurship. So that also, and then like okay, I've read Bhagavad Gita as well. So even there, so it's something like I just like reading. Give me whatever you have, and I'll read. I don't have something like oh this is too boring.
You mentioned Bhagavad Gita. So, like, I saw one of your pictures with your serving arm, and then there was a tattoo there. Was it something
No,
from
so
Bhagavad
there's
Gita?
nothing. No, it's nothing related to that. I'm thinking of my next tattoo to be a little bit related to it. I have that in
Okay.
my mind. But
Because
this one is
for me, it
nothing like
looked
that.
like an arrow, and then I was trying to connect with Arjun and, like, like that. That's why I asked.
No, sorry, it's just a compass and a rose. It's a mix of both. So that's something I
Okay.
really liked it. It's beautiful. And yeah, but I hope in the next one is a bit more towards the Bhagavad Gita side.
Okay. That's nice. It's good. And coming back, coming to your playing activities. I mean, you picked up your first WTA point when you were like 15 years old, right? And then
Yes,
you also stopped playing juniors around the same time.
yes, sir.
So now looking back, do you think you could have played the ITF juniors more, or because you picked up this point, 1 point, I mean, because you already got ranking in WTA, you decided to go towards WTA more?
So it's two things. I mean, at some point, I do feel I wanted to play the Grand Slams, the junior Grand Slams. So I mean, I think I was 200 when I was 15. I should have played a little bit more, maybe until 16, and get a higher rank and play ITF juniors. But at the other side, I made my first finals in the women's when I was 17. So that wouldn't have happened if I was concentrating too much on the juniors. So
Yeah.
I think it's yeah, it's okay. You can't get everything, right?
Yeah, as you mentioned your first title, right? So from the time you picked up your first point to the first final was in 2015.
Gulbarga.
Picked up your So how has your transition journey been from the juniors to women's?
So it wasn't something I would say that I was winning all the matches and everything like magical or something. But yeah, I went one step by step. So the best thing about that was that I was too young that time. So no one had expectations from me and no one was pressuring me. So I was just playing my best tennis. So initially I started playing all the AIT women's matches and then I started playing the ITFs as well. And I was qualifying in them. So that was not bad. Of course, it was a pretty good thing for me that I was qualifying in them. And then it just happened, you just keep playing, you get the rhythm, and I just started, I made finals. So that just happened. I was unseeded in that tournament when I made finals. And the next week I was qualifying. I mean, there was another tournament next week, and I was qualifying in that. So,
Okay.
yeah, that was something really nice.
And I mean, I was just looking at your, your career titles, and you played like 7 finals, or but 7 out of 7, 6 are on hard. So it's pretty clear what surface you like to play on. But but coming from Germany, I mean, I would expect that you enjoy playing on clay as well. What's your
Yes,
take
sir.
on that?
Actually, I loved playing on clay. I don't know how I was performing so good on hard court, but
Okay.
as you know, that European circuit is one of the toughest circuit. So making finals there is not that easy, I would say. But still, I was doing pretty decent. I mean, I did play 4 back-to-back finals there. I remember when I was in 2018, I think, or 2017. So I was playing 4 back-to-back finals there and on clay court in Europe. So that was something really nice. So I actually love playing clay. It's just I feel like for the last 1.5 years since I've been training with Steve, I'm being a more hardcore player now. But any day, if I get a chance to play on clay court, that's my favorite surface. It's still mentioned on my ITF that clay is my favorite surface.
I mean, your favorite players are like, many. I mean, you're talking about Nadal to Federer to
Yeah.
Lina to Muguruza. So, what do you pick from each of these players, and how do you adapt it to your your game? Like, how do you bring it to
So
your game?
every everyone has something special in them. So I don't like making favorites or anything because everyone who has reached there, I have huge respect for them. So I mean, if you look from Nadal, he has a great fighting spirit. That's something I can learn from him. Like, give you 100%. Don't look at the score. And Federer is just he's gifted, but he still works hard with that. So that's something you can learn from him. And Muguruza, I just like his style of play. I think I play something like that, something solid from the baseline. So I really like her. Then I like Ashley. I mean, she has great slice and she has great variations in her game. You can always add that up. We don't see that much often in a women's circuit. So yeah, you can learn everything from that. And I just like to be myself. I am who I am. So I can learn things from them, but I don't want to copy anyone.
No, talking about, no, you mentioned I am who I am. So, I mean, this is not something I am quoting. I was talking to Nirupama, Nirupama Vaidyanathan, right, our former
Yes.
player. So,
Yes,
from her
definitely.
and few other women's players have told me that it's not easy to make friends on the women's tour. So, how about you? Do you have friends on the women's tour, or you're all by
Yes.
yourself?
I like to be all by myself. Mostly when I'm in tournaments, I don't like talking with most of the players. But I have great friends. Ankita is a really good friend of mine. Rutuja is a great friend of mine. And then Pranjala, me and Pranjala, we train together. So we are great friends. And that's coming from Indian tennis, but from even from the foreigners. I have great friends on the tour. So when I,
Okay.
once in a, I mean, we can share rooms together. We can go have dinners. We can have a laugh. Everything's great. Yeah, but when you have your matches and everything, I like to stay alone. That's something just me.
And you mentioned matches. So suppose, like you're playing an opponent, and in a match things don't go well. You have a lot of arguments, and you finish the match, and that opponent happens to be your partner for that tournament, and then you got to step on court to play doubles. How do you handle that?
That actually happened with me once. I remember. So I was playing a doubles. I had a doubles partner, a Belgian girl. So we had some argument a day before our match when we were supposed to play doubles together. So, but I'm not the one to hold grudges. So I was like, okay, we'll see on the court. And I was actually asking my mom and everyone, I don't know how she's gonna feel, how is it gonna be? And they were like, just take it how it is. If she's rude, she's rude. But when we went on the court, I'm not the person to be rude. So I was fine with her, and then she just saw that change, and I think she went the same way. And we won the tournament. So it was
Oh,
something
okay.
really nice. We played finals in that, and we had an argument, but it doesn't matter. I don't hold grudges. I'm fine with it. I can. I'm fine even if I have to say sorry. I'll be the one to say sorry. I don't mind that. I've seen girls, and usually I'm always thinking like, okay, why is she acting like that? If she talks to me, it's gonna be fine. I mean, something happens on the court, and it can be anything. I mean, yeah, like, I'm fine with them.
Yeah. As you were speaking, Jivan just messaged that he's a big fan of your forehand, and he would also like to know what are other weapons you're developing in your game. You want to
Well,
answer to
first
his query.
I'm always working on my strength, so I don't miss it. So yeah, I'm always working, but I've been improving my serves as Jeevan Bhaiya did help me a lot. So I've been working on that. So yeah, I'm working on my serves and I'm working on the variations I said. That I like Ashley's game, so that's something I can always get in my game. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. And my fitness, of course.
And again, as you mentioned that you need to work on your serve, we have somebody commenting on your serve. I'm sure you read that. So I mean, and he's the right person to say that. We talk about serve when he speaks about serve. I mean, I have nothing to say. I don't know if you have anything to add to what Rohan has to say. He
I
says
mean,
you just need to tweak your serve, and you'll add such a positive
yes.
weapon in enhancing your game. So.
Definitely. I mean, I'm a big fan of Rohan's game. I saw him. I saw his strokes. I saw his serves, volleys, and I'm like, well, that's so with such ease. So me and Rohan, we did meet quite a couple of times since we're from the same IOCL. So we did talk about that, and he said that yes, there's definitely something that I need to add in my serve, and we were talking about that. But then this lockdown happened. So let's see. I'll be meeting him soon, I hope.
So when you meet him for IOC, you normally try to talk to him and take his advice. I mean, it's not often
Definitely.
you
I mean,
meet,
he's
right? Because you're playing different tournaments and different tour altogether. But IOC is the only
definitely.
tournament I'm sure you'll come together.
Yes, I mean we were together in the Asian game, so we
Oh,
were
yeah.
there together. Then we were together in the IOCL. So yeah, we have met quite a few times now. And then even when we were there for the Fed Cup in Dubai, he was there as he was playing his tournament there. And it was the last day, so I did meet him there. Yeah, I mean he's someone so senior in the game. It's I think my privilege that I get some advices from him, and that's I mean whatever I get from him, I'm always looking forward to it and working in my game.
Since you mentioned Dubai, I believe you had a wonderful chance to watch, I mean, one of your favorite players, Novak, play, but unfortunately you couldn't make it for the match.
I did actually. I did
Oh,
watch
you
him
did, is
play.
it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah, definitely. So
The
I was
finals
very
or the
lucky, of
practice?
course. The
Oh, the finals.
finals.
Okay, that's
Yeah, we
nice.
reached the same day and they had the finals and I couldn't get the tickets. So I remember I called Rohan. I was like, please, please, please arrange me tickets somehow. I just want to go. And yeah, it was so nice of him. He arranged the tickets for me. So yeah, and then we were having dinner and it was right beside the stadium. So I remember I just ordered my food, and then I was like, okay, so once the food comes, just give me a call. I'm going and watching Novak play because that's a dream. I mean, we don't get often to see world number one playing finals.
True.
That's the best tennis that they're gonna show, and I haven't seen him before, so that was a very big thing for me. I went there, I watched his service games, I watched him winning. So that was really nice. As I said, I'm not kind of a fan that would be like, oh, I just get a glimpse of him or I just get an autograph. No, I'm kind of a fan. Would like to see him playing finals and how he does things and learn things from him. So that was a really nice feeling for me.
So, along with the tickets, did Rohan send you some coffee as well?
I love his coffee. I love his coffee. So yeah, it was in the IOCL only. So we were there and we went to a cafe and he had all the coffee, his coffee there. So that was just something. I'm a big coffee fan, so I had his coffee and I was like, I love it. So next time I'm meeting him, I'm having a lot. I mean, I'm gonna ask him. You're gonna send me a lot of them
He's
for
listening,
sure.
so you can ask right now. It's listening into
I think he
you right
heard. I
now.
think he heard. I'm gonna say, you want? Please send me.
And Ria, which has been your best moment so far, as far as the tennis is concerned? The moment
So
you like.
there have been many. I mean, as you improve in your stages, the best moment keeps changing, I would say. I remember when I won my first time the women's nationals, it was a very big thing. I remember my dad's face, and then he was so proud of me. Then in 2 months, I won the nationals on grass court. That was a big thing. I mean, going from hard court to grass court and winning there.
Yeah.
So then I made my debut on the Fed Cup team. So that was a very big thing. So and then I played Asian games. It's every time it just keeps on. I mean, these are all the things that I really like. So I don't have one favorite moment. I mean, when I won my first WTA match this year, it was such a big thing. Then we created history for India by qualifying for the playoffs. So that was also a very big moment. So yeah, I'm just glad that I'm part of all of them and I've experienced them.
And since you mentioned Fed Cup, like in Davis Cup, when somebody makes a debut, there's like they go through a baptism. So is there anything, something like that in Fed Cup as well?
Yeah, so when I played my first Fed Cup, so we were at the Fed Cup official dinner, and there were 7 teams, and at that time there were more than I don't know how many top 100 players there. There was even Naomi Osaka there. So there were all the big players, and we had to give a speech. Everyone, one person from every country. So I remember Nandan sir telling me, "Riya, go and give a speech." So I went there and I had to give a speech in a room full of such big players. So that's what I had to do. And I remember Nitin sir was the Fit Cup organizer, like the official. So he was the one and he said, Riya, that was a great speech. I loved it. So I was really happy. I remember calling my mom and I'm like, Mom, I gave speech. It was so nice. I didn't hesitate it. So yeah, that was the thing that I did.
Yeah, you talking about great players and very senior players. Now that in the Fed Cup team, you are you and Sanya on the same team. So what kind of influence has Sanya had on you during this Fed Cup experience?
I mean, There's so many things. I saw her playing matches for us. I learned a lot from her in the matches, how she holds her nerves, even if it's a tough time. And I felt really proud that I was in the same team as her. And then I remember that when I was practicing with her, she would give me tips here and there that you can improve on this, you can improve on your volleys. It was really nice, and she was very easy to go. There was nothing I said that she's such a big player and acting like that. She was so nice. Then I met her parents, I met her dad. I mean, I still talk to her dad quite often. So I really liked Uncle, and Uncle really helped me. He asked me about my journey, like how has it been until now, and then he gave me some advices. And then I met that kid, and he's so full of energy. And I remember that I'm always near him and playing with him. So it was a really nice experience with Sanya. It was my first time I've actually been with her in the same team. So that was really nice.
So you're hoping to play doubles with her one day, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm focusing more on singles, but definitely, if I get a chance, I would love that.
I mean, talking about doubles, you don't have a regular partner, right? I mean, you have different partners. You have, like, you made 10 finals, but you may have different partners. That's because you don't
Yes,
focus
I
on
mean,
doubles.
we travel a lot, and we don't fix up like, okay, I'm not a doubles player, so I don't fix up something like that.
Okay.
Okay, we travel in the same tournaments. And then since I've been training with Steve, we have been focusing more on my singles. So my doubles is more end of the moment thing, like, okay, it's the last tournament of the year, or I don't have anything coming up for the next 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, why not? I should go and play some doubles as well. I'll get some match experience, and I like playing doubles. But my main focus is singles for now, and yeah, to recover for the next matches and everything, I prefer not to play doubles right now. That's how my team thinks.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, good luck. I mean, if you're focusing on singles, I mean, you should, and you can always play doubles alongside. No, no harm
Yes,
done. And I hope you do well both in singles and in doubles alongside.
I hope so
That will
too.
be
I love playing
yeah.
doubles. You learn a lot from that. I have huge respect for doubles players, but yeah, at the time I'm
And
focusing more on singles.
you mentioned about not working with Steve now. So you've been there for a year or so, year or two now in Impact Tennis
Yeah, it's
Academy.
been an year and a half. It's been an
Yeah.
year and a half.
And prior to that, you were in Germany, or you were based in India itself. I mean, prior to
No, sir,
moving
I
there,
was
where were you
practicing.
training?
I was in Germany most of the time. Yeah, I was
Okay.
there in Germany most of the time. Yeah.
And how
So, but
different
I
has
wanted to
your
play. I mean, it's good when you're training in Germany. I was playing more the European circuit. It was really good for my game. But I wanted to play some Asian circuit as well. But it's tough if you're training there and traveling here. It doesn't really goes with it. So that was very nice. And Steve, I've known him for a while. I mean, I met him in a juniors tournament when I was 14. I played in Thailand. But at that time, I couldn't start training with him because he was already traded with some other players. And then I got to know that he's working here in Thailand and he's been coaching here. So yeah, I just gave him a text and I just went there. And yeah, I've been training with him since then. It's really nice.
so moving from a European base to an Asian base, how different has the training been from your side, your experience?
I mean, if you say the quality of the training or the intensity, it's the same. But yeah, it's two different surfaces completely. So there I was working more on the clay court. So here I had to adapt more to the hard court surface, and we had more specific training for the hard court. Yeah. So my tennis training, my fitness training was more specific for the hard courts. I mean, we do have really good clay courts in Impact. So yeah, but I haven't played many tournaments on clay. It's all been hard. So yeah, that's what I've been practicing with.
Okay. And when you are in Delhi, you practice with Gaurav, is it? I mean,
Yeah, I
when
do
you
practice
come to
there.
Delhi.
So yeah, I met him through Siddharth there. So, but it's been really nice the way he organizes his academy. Everyone's really professional there. So it's good to work in that environment. So whenever I'm in Delhi, I just go to him and I practice with him there.
Okay, so it's good. I mean, you have base in India, you have base in another part of Asia, and you have base in Europe. I guess you need to find a base in the US as well now.
I haven't been there, but I would love to. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
We're talking about so much traveling. I mean, I'm sure since an young age, you said you are in Germany and you're traveling. I mean, what I would like to ask you is mainly for youngsters listening in. So when you're traveling by yourself and now you're in an academy all by yourself, there's a lot of distractions, right? I mean, like, young girls and young boys and, like, a lot of these relationships and small flings and interests.
Yeah.
And so how do you handle that, or how do you advise the children, handle that? Because you have a lot
Uh,
of time. You're in academy, you train 5-6 hours max, then you have a lot of free time. So how do you handle
that's
the
true, sir.
distraction?
But I don't know, sir, because I think I've been training a lot. So by the time the day ends, I'm done. I'm literally dead. I remember when if I train a week in Thailand, so we get off on Saturday evening, and I literally sleep 13 hours straight. I'm that dead. So yeah, and then I would two more things that I'm really good with my mom. So I really talk to her a lot. So that's one thing that I don't have time for others. I'm always talking to my mom. I'm been updating her all my stuff. She's more like my friend than my mom, so I can share everything with her. So I'm talking more to her. I won't say I have many friends on tennis circuit since I'm not a person to text and calls and video calls and stuff. I'm more like, okay, I'll watch some show and just be myself or play video games. And then the third thing I would say is that I'm in love with tennis. I don't have a spot for another person right now in my life. So it's
Okay.
all about tennis.
So the secret is to train real hard that no, you don't have energy to socialize or have
Yeah, that's also true.
distractions.
You can put it that way. I mean, no
Very-
one's gonna be there for you if you say I can only talk to you once in a whole week.
yeah.
So yeah, that's how it works.
So that's a nice tip for who are listening in, boys and girls. You don't want to keep away from distractions. I mean, you spoke about friends and you talk a lot taught your mom, right? I mean, you have a very good friend in Manik Batra, right? Our top table tennis player.
Yes, she is more like my senior.
Yeah.
Even from school, she's been always like 2 years ahead of me. So I met her first when I joined the school. So she has been my senior there. Then we were in the same college in Jesus and Mary College. So, and then it was really lucky that we are now in the same corporation as well, India with Indian Oil. So it's something like, I don't know, like a destiny or something. She's always there and I'm always there. But yeah, we're great friends. Although we don't talk a lot, since she's busy in her life and I'm busy in my trainings and stuff. As I said, I'm not a big person to talk, chat, and stuff. But yeah, we stay in touch, and when we meet, we're really good friends.
But when you speak to her, I mean, do you share the tennis, like, from the matches perspective, like what you can pick up something
Yeah,
from
I
her
mean,
from the table tennis?
I can always ask her for advice. I remember that when I came from Europe, I didn't have that many physios here in India. So I did ask her once that, okay, I need to do some stuff. Do you recommend any physio in Delhi? And she did send me her physio's number. So we are definitely close in that way. I can always ask her for anything if I need to. And it's the same with her. When we meet, we don't stop talking. We're like two girls talking. But that's something really nice with her.
Because that's another comment Vijay made. He said she loves talking, he said.
Yeah, I mean, Vijay Bhaiya doesn't talk at all. That's what I've heard. But when we were two together, I remember Vishnu Bhaiya's wife, Sonia Di, she was with us in Germany, and she was like, if you don't, both of you don't shut up, I'm going to kick you out of your own house. She did mention that. So he talks a lot with me. I love talking. It's nice with him. We both relax and yeah.
Yeah, he's one relaxed person. And
Yeah,
even
he's really
on court, I
fun,
mean,
relaxed.
very chilled out on court. Are you also like him on court? Very chilled out, or you're
No,
very worked
no,
up?
no, 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 no. I'm completely opposite. I'm really aggressive, and I'm more like a angry type. I'm just giving out there everything I have, and I do get frustrated from my mistakes. And it's just over the year, since I've met him also, that I've started knowing that you can't be perfect. So you need to learn which is good mistakes, which is bad mistakes. That's what my coaches have been working as well on me. That was the first thing that we worked on, my mental aspect, and then we started working on my physical and my game. But the first thing that my coaches also worked was my mental thing. So that's how I said that I've been meditating. I'm trying to be like him on court. Even now, if I meet him, I'm like, Bhaiya, how are you so cool? I want to know. So yeah. Well, I think he's like that even off court because even off court, I'm very energetic. So I can't stay still. I have to do something. So that's just something my nature.
Yeah, I hope by when you restart and with all the meditation and the new work you put in, I hope you can, stay calm.
Yes,
So I
I
hope
hope
it
so too.
works, and good luck to you. And I mean, as we speak, one of a girl from India, I mean, a junior player from India, her father wants to
Okay.
know what advice would you give an under 18 player who aspires to become a player like you? She's right now playing the AIT under 18s and women's and ITF juniors.
So, well, I don't know what to give you as advice, but I would say that my mantra has always been giving you 100% no matter what. So, coming from India, we can't think that we need to have perfect everything, like the perfect facilities, the perfect weather, the perfect balls, courts, everything. It's impossible for us. And we also have to travel a lot for tournaments outside. So, that's something you can't get anything perfect. You just need to make the best out of it. So whatever you're working on, give your 100% on it, and I think that will surely work. Talk to your coaches, say I want to improve, and then make sure that you're improving and keep talking to them. Keep yeah, it should be nice. You should work on yourself. Everyone knows what their mistakes are. Everyone knows what their weaknesses are. So try to work within yourself, and with the right time, you'll find someone who's also gonna work with you. And yeah, it's just as your level goes higher and higher, you'll find more people around you who's gonna help you. But at the first point, I think you should give your best and just see what your weaknesses are and try to get better. Like give them strengths, turn them into strengths.
No. Okay. And I mean, talking about, you had sometimes you have a good run and sometimes you have a lean patch, right? I mean, you had one, right? For a couple of years, you didn't have a title. So how did you keep yourself motivated? I mean, what kept your head sane? I mean, because tennis
I
player is
mean,
very easy to lose.
to be true, sir, I would say it's I wasn't really calm and everything about that. I would give that credit to my mom because she was the one who always kept telling me that no matter what, you're giving your best. So the results will show up. Don't look for the results. So that's what I've been. That's when I learned, and that's what I've been following. That don't look for the results. Give your best. And if your opponent plays better than you the that day, he's gonna win. She's gonna win. It doesn't matter. You need to give your best, no matter what. So that's what I did, and then yeah, I remember that when I started with Steve, my rankings were mostly with the 15K points, and the next year onwards, they were only going to add up the 25K points for the WTA ranking, or else you'll have an ITF ranking. So I did, told him, I asked him, like, what am I supposed to do? Should I start playing 25s? Because get my WTA ranking, or should I play 15s and get my ITF ranking so I can get entry in the tournaments? I don't know which way to go. So I remember I was at that spot, and he was like, "What do you want? Do you want to go up, or you want to just keep thinking about the rankings?" So I said, "No, I
Mm.
want to go up. I want to improve my game. I don't want to think about rankings." So he was like, "Okay, then play 25. If you lose, you lose. At least you'll know what you're lacking in, and then you can work on it." So yeah, so I've been always looking forward to the results doesn't matter. It hurts a bit when you lose, definitely, but I think it hurts more when I play bad and win because that I know that I didn't really I played bad, so that's not something acceptable. That's not the best thing to go up. So yeah, so I've been only thinking about playing my best tennis, no matter what.
Yeah, I think that's perfect because results you don't control, but your efforts and the work you put in, you can control. So if you keep your focus on that, it's a lot easier and calmer on the head, which is most important for a tennis player.
Definitely, sir. Yeah, definitely. I have a great team around me, my mom and Steve and the coaches in Impact. So even if I'm not calm, they help me get calm. I know I'm not the one, I'm not the person that is really calm all the time, but they know how to handle me. So that's been really working nice with me.
Yeah, to have a good team, who helps you handle these, so-called difficult moments, I think is what every player should have. I mean,
Yeah, Steve is very straight to the point. So if he sees some weaknesses in you, he'll be the straight one giving at you. Like, okay, these are your weaknesses, and you really need to work on them if you want to achieve your goals. He's gonna the first thing you're gonna meet him, he's gonna ask you what your goals are, and then he's gonna tell you straight up front that this is how much you need to work on to get to your goals, which I find is very nice. I'd rather hear from someone exactly what I want rather than moving around the bushes and stuff. So yeah, that's something very nice. I'm lucky.
okay. Yeah, I mean, also between the player and the coach, the comfort level is vital. The player should accept what the
Definitely.
coach says and respect him, and vice versa. I mean, so if that happens, that's the best atmosphere to work under. No
Yes,
stress.
definitely.
And we're talking about stress. So once you, I mean, you joined IOC, right? After IOC, joining IOC, you felt a lot more, kind of less stress because they support you. And what kind of support do they offer you?
I mean, it's IOC. I was very lucky to get be in IOCL. So I remember, but I think my mom and my parents, they felt more relaxed with my career being stable than me. Because I joined IOCL when I was 20. I wasn't mature enough exactly to understand what they provide and how good they can be for my career. But now I recognize, and yeah, they've been. I have a stable job. They have been helping me a lot. I can travel. I can play tournaments. There's nothing pressure from them, so that's something really nice. And I got to know a lot about ICL as well in this lockdown period, since we have to do some courses about the company. So we know what the company works as and how it is and what is it that's working in the company. So that was something really nice. I got to know a lot more about it.
And one of the viewers had actually asked, which female athlete do you look up to?
I've always looked up to Lena because I mean she's the one who won the Grand Slams from Asia. But right now I would say it's Ashley. But yeah,
Sorry, come again.
Ashley. Right now
Ashley.
it's
Okay.
definitely Ashley. Yeah.
No, you're talking about the job, and Rohan says with this COVID times, all of us definitely value the job we have. Very true.
Definitely. I mean, it feels
Definitely,
as
yeah.
if we are a part of a family. IOCL is not like a company, it's more like a family to us. So, yeah, definitely.
And you're talking about Vijay and the club. So you played inter club, right? You played. I must have played few years of inter club, right? So,
Yes, definitely.
what's your experience? Playing inter club matches because we don't have that in India, right? The only leagues we have are different. It's not the same as the club matches in Germany or Europe.
Yeah, it's not the same, but I played for a league for first time last year in India. So I really liked it. It was kind of the same, of course, different playing methods and the different sets and everything, but yeah, I liked it. And the club tennis is something like that. It's more like I don't know. It's like a professional matches. It's more like professional matches, but you don't get points for it. But it's as tough and as serious as that. And you play in a team, so there's a team supporting you. So that's something very nice of it. But I've played all the girls I've played over there. It's from the same tennis circuit that I've been playing. So we meet there, we play there. I'm happy because I had a great run. This club I'm playing for in Karlsruhe and with Vijay Bhatia. So I think I won. I played 2 seasons for them, and I won all my singles matches for them. So I think I played great in them, and it was really fun for me. So yeah, I
And
really liked it.
for any other Indian girl who or a player who wants to play one of these club matches, how do you think they can go about it? Because not many players get that opportunity, right? Especially girls. Boys, okay, few more are managing, but girls, very few I've known. I mean, in the past, Rushmi, Sai, maybe
I think
Sharmada.
it's very normal when you start training there, you start practicing there. It's very normal. You join a club and you play matches there. It's as normal as that. It's something you can't avoid because you'll be there and then there'll be definitely your coaches there. They'll set you up with the club and you'll just play matches. That's how it goes. I mean, if you see with the men's circuit, because most of the men's are training in Europe. So they know about all these clubs. So it doesn't matter if they're playing in Germany. If someone's training in Spain, they're playing for the Spain clubs. Someone's in Czech, they're playing for the Czech clubs. It could be anything. I mean, if someone's training in France, they can play for French clubs. So it's just
So
all
for
about
someone from
being there.
India,
You're there.
yeah, for someone from India to have a opportunity to play there, you think it's extremely
Well, you
tough
can
or?
ask. You can ask some of your friends who are already playing
Okay.
there for a club. But since like I'm there, I don't know many clubs there. I know the club I am playing for, so I can just ask that club that if you're looking for someone, like I know a really good girl, if you wanna. But if it's up to them, so I would prefer if you're already training there and then you ask your coaches there because they know more clubs around. So they'll be like, okay, yeah, this club is looking for someone, or this club is looking, because in a club there can't be many foreigners playing. I think there's only one foreigner allowed.
Yeah.
So that's something. I mean, I won't have that many links, but someone who is already training there, they will have more.
Okay. I mean, it's almost an hour we've been talking, and I mean, I can tell Vijay what he said is perfectly right. I mean, you love to talk. I mean, you talk so well. So, I
Yeah.
mean, it was actually a pleasure talking to you. More than that, meeting you for the first time, but it appeared as if we have met and spoken many
Same
times
here, sir.
in the past. So it was a pleasure
Same here,
talking to
sir.
you. And you had a great start to the February, I mean, 2020, and I hope when we restart, I mean, I think August you all should be back on court, hopefully,
Yes,
and
I
I
hope
hope
so.
you continue where you left off and have a wonderful career. And of course, Fed Cup will be the first challenge coming up, and
Yes.
have a great years ahead for you, and hope to
Thank you
meet
so much,
you
sir.
in person soon.
Definitely, sir. If I'm coming to Bangalore, definitely I'm meeting you. I would
Sure,
really
sure.
love that.
You're
Because,
welcome. I
you know,
mean,
if you're coming to Delhi,
if you're talking to
please,
Rohan, and if you're coming, we'll meet. I'll be there.
definitely, definitely,
So
sir.
thank you. Thanks for taking time. I know you had a rushed, your schedule. You had to finish training and then join. So thanks for
No worries, sir.
taking time to talk to us, and for making this chat really wonderful. Thank you, Ria.
Thank you so
See
much,
you.
sir, for
All the best.
hosting me. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
See you, sir.